What is up, guys? KFC back here with the Town Hall 10 conclusion of our first ever TGF fight night. So a little bit different rules here for the Town Hall 10s just because we don't have a lot of them usually to choose from. So in this war, they went from only 3 to 8, and we had 2 matchups to be decided. So with the Town Hall 10s, there is no judge's scorecard unless it is an absolutely perfect tie. So percentages actually do matter for Town Hall 10. So someone who gets 90% 2 stars is going to beat someone who gets 60% 2 stars on their bases, and 3 stars still reigns supreme. So we had 2 matchups here going off to set up the heavyweight championship here in 2 weeks. So first, we're going to go ahead and start out with, I'm going to go ahead and do it how it happened chronologically here. So we had, let's start with the Damasta war here. Damasta was going up against Bravs. So Damasta does have the hero advantage here with the 40-40 heroes compared to, I believe, Bravs has 34-36 now. So this was the weakest base of the 4. But still has max defense. So weak is being used there just in terms of the walls being all Lego. But Damasta here is going to do a little bit of an Archer Queen walk up here around noon. And he's got those nice minions over there creating a funnel. Valkyrie goes ahead and punches through the final little piece of that funnel. A couple of wall breakers go down there. Unfortunately, a Tesla pops on the outside of the base to give him a little bit of trouble. He's going to have a massive trouble getting through that entry there. Rage Spell does go down to save his Archer Queen, which is really nice. Unfortunately, had so many wall breaker issues that he's not going to be able to kind of get in there. I believe he's holding these other 3 wall breakers because he wanted to, I guess, break her out of this base here. I think his goal was to go in there, grab those cannons, and then kind of punch her out on the other side there. So he's not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. She is being locked onto by now by only 1 cannon, but quickly he's going to come in range there of that Archer Tower as well, and it's going to force him to pop the ability. So a really, really nice walk here by Damasta. Unfortunately, that wall breaker is going to cost him a decent amount of percentage points, but now everything's out of range of his Archer Queen, which is good because it's going to allow her to get healed back up here. Unfortunately, that sweeper is going to start pushing his healers around. I don't believe that he's planning on using this rage spell for this Archer Queen again. And so unfortunately here, his Archer Queen right there is going to go down. And then here come the Valkyries here. They're going to bust through that intersection here. And so we're going to go ahead and watch this. Rage spell does go down there. Goes ahead and grabs... goes ahead and grabs the CC pull. I'm sorry, I buckled because I wasn't aware that the CC hadn't been pulled yet for some reason, and so it kind of surprised me that a free spell went down on the CC. I guess I'm starting to think that maybe the CC was supposed to... He's got 2 hogs in the bag, so I'm starting to think that the CC was going to originally be pulled up here is when he let his queen in and she started clearing out those cannons. I'm assuming that those hogs were supposed to go in up there and grab the CC pull. So unfortunately for Damasta, probably not going to get as much percentage as he would have gotten had that wall breaker not failed. And we're going to go ahead and see if it costs him here in the fight night. So the Barbarian King doing a little bit of cleanup here. Doesn't leave a whole lot of the base up, but still everything is compartmentalized in this kind of... It's not really a Dragonflower style base. But either way, going to go down here. Going to get a 67% 2-star to kind of kick off this matchup against Bravs. Throws in some random wall breakers there just because why not? Still can't break through a wall, though, as you can see. If anything, I would have broken through that wall right there. That little fucker may have cost him Fight Night. Who knows? So 67% 2-star for Damasta. Let's go ahead and look at Brav's attacks here. So after Damasta went in and nailed that 67%, we got Bravs going in here on base 5. Also a max defense base. A little bit more of an open layout than the compartmentalized one that Damasta hit. Going to be taking a pretty standard entry here. with a shattered approach. He's actually going to be taking a shattered Laloon for this fresh hit. So in go the golems here. Obviously, you see the goal of the shattered entry. Trying to get 2 air defenses, that Inferno Tower, the level 37 Archer Queen, and that Clan Castle. That poisons goes down a little early. Finally, the troops go ahead and jump into it there, but the minions do stay in it the whole time, which is great. Rage Spell goes down, which is going to get on his king. Unfortunately, just barely misses his Archqueen there. She's going to dance outside of the Rage Spell for quite some time, and those minions do absolute work chewing through those golems. And as you can see, that early poison spell definitely hurt him there because he was not able to get those minions kind of chewed through. So here comes the Lava Hound now. That queen, unfortunately, is going to go down. The Lava Hound is going to come in here at this air defense that is close to the Town Hall. Some air skeletons pop, which is super, super unfortunate for him. And he actually has both of his air skeletons, or both of his skeleton traps set to air. Lava Hound now making his way all the way around to the other side. Nice free spell goes down there on the air defense and the Inferno Tower. The loons are kind of coming in around. Keep in mind, this is a max defense base and a fresh hit. So very, very interesting hit here by Bravs. That Inferno Tower is going to bite the dust, but shortly after it does go down, that Wizard Tower there is just chewing through the rest of those balloons. Lucky for Bravs, actually. Looks like a couple of heroic lava pups are going to attach themselves to that enemy Barbarian King, and then as soon as that king goes down, they are going to attach themselves to that Town Hall, and he's got lots of kind of cleanup, kind of soaking up percentage here. They're going to kind of walk themselves up. Great, great position for that minion, making sure that every single piece is accounted for. A nice archer on the lab, also soaking up percentage. He knows that the Town Hall is going to fall, and so he's just trying to get as much percentage as he can. Remember that Damasta got 67%. Boom, there he goes. He's tied it. He knows he's going to get at least a few extra points here. The Archer Tower is now starting to come in range of those troops on the right, but the Town Hall is going to go down. It's going to give him the second star, and it's going to give him some more percentage points, and then that Dark Barrack and that lab there are going to go down. So we go from 67% for Damasta to what looks going to be a 73% for Bravs. So after one attack each, Bravs and Damasta are tied on stars, but Bravs is up 6 percentage points on Damasta here. So let's go ahead and see what Bravs did for his second attack. So his second attack, he was assigned base 4, which was a little bit more of an open base design. And as you see, he's going to try and take advantage of that by bringing a Queen Walk Mass Valk attack. Does have 9 hogs in the bag as well. So goes ahead and starts getting a funnel going. I'm not sure if that's actually supposed to be a funnel. I think it's going to be, I think his Valk's going to go in through noon. So let's go ahead and see kind of what he gets out of this Queen Walk here. So his Queen is going to start walking. She's being targeted only by 1 Archer Tower, but she's actually losing quite a bit of health there. A Hog goes in to grab the CC pull. Rage Spell does go down, and a Poison Spell goes down to get that dragon and those minions kind of chewed up. And then luckily that level 30-something Archer Queen stays out of range until right now. So that was pretty fortunate and very well planned, I guess I should say, by Bravs to make sure it happened that way. So there you see a couple of more Valks go up there to kind of punch through the rest of that funnel. Another Valk goes down here to grab the funnel, and then there go the rest of the Valks. They are going to kind of take a little bit of a journey here. A couple of stray minions pop out of the clan castle. That there was a couple of times in this war where that kind of happened, where there was just enough minions in the clan castle to make it really annoying. Free spell goes down there on that backside Inferno Tower. That is the anti-PB move. PB recommends to free spell the first Inferno Tower and to let your units kind of deal with the back one kind of at the end. But he is going to nab the 2-star here, which is important. At this point, we kind of know that it's going to be a 2-star. Those minions coming out of the clan castle kind of hurt him for sure. So at this point, just trying to soak up as much percentage as he absolutely can. Only 1 piece of point defense still locked on his queen down there. His king, unfortunately, stopped kind of making his trip around the outside and decided to bust in. So not going to get as much percentage as if he kind of continued his walk kind of around this side. With 45 seconds to go in the raid, he's still churning away for a percent. Remember that cumulative percent is what matters. So right now he's just barely above Damasta's first hit. 68 would beat a 67, but he really wants to put his stamp on this. And so down is going to go the cannon right here. But the Expo is going to lock on, and so that unfortunately is going to make him pop this ability here pretty soon, since she is losing that battle to the Archer Tower and the Max Expo. So as she gets right down to kind of the end there, pops the ability to get through the lava wall, and because he waited so patiently on that ability, he's basically going to get an extra structure for his work. Boom, there it goes right there. 73% 2-star, so equaling his first attack. A couple of 73s there for Bravs. And so basically what that meant was Damasta was going to go in on another base. He needed 80% or higher for the victory. 79%, it would have went to the judges. And anything below 78% would have been a loss. So let's go ahead and see what Damasta did here on his second attack. Damasta did get the big, beefy max defense, max wall, Town Hall 10 here. So 80% on this base, not going to be easy for sure. And he actually was offered another base, but just kind of in terms of fairness, felt like this base was going to be a little bit better. And I agreed with him as well. So props for Damasta for taking this a little bit of a tougher base here. So let's go ahead and see how he takes this out. So remember, he needs an 80% 2-star or better to win. An 80% 1-star would not get it done because Bravs would have him on the star count. So he's going to, once again, go ahead and start there with an AQ walk up top. He's going to haste a couple of balloons in to nail that Archer Tower and trying to get that cannon, but doesn't quite get there. But he does grab the CC, which has a bunch of minions and a dragon pop out of it. Poison spell goes down there on the minions. And then a dragon comes in there. Unfortunately, I think he's going to have to pop, nope, doesn't have to pop his ability there. But the couple of Archer Towers that go ahead and lock on to his queen. And then an Expo from what seems like 700 miles away locks onto his queen as she steps up into this pocket here. And then she is going to sit there and beat on a wall, which is absolutely devastating for Damasta, but she's eventually going to break through that lava wall, and then it's almost as soon as she does, that other Expo kind of immediately locks on as well from what seemed like 100 miles away. And unfortunately, I think you guys all know kind of what's coming at this point. A wasted rage spell, some wasted healers over there. These Valkyries with the Clan Castle Hogs are going to come in. Some rage spell for those Hogs are going to kind of power them through. Valkyries are in. There's no Clan Castle to worry about. He did get the full pull, and the enemy Archer Queen is going to go down there, but two Multi-Infernos just absolutely doing fucking work on all of his troops. And so remember, he needs 80% 2-star or better. At this point, basically all he has left is his Barbarian King. Couple of ground skeletons pop. He does still have his BK's ability. 5 wall breakers, which can't really figure out what those were for. Probably to let his queen out of the other side, possibly. But obviously his walk didn't quite go as he wanted to. So he is going to go ahead and pick up a star here. Boom, 50%. But remember, he needs 2 stars and he needs 80. And that is just not going to happen. Damasta is going to finish with a 56% 1-star. So a really, really good effort there by Damasta. A really, really good war there by Damasta and Bravs. And Bravs is going to take it down. So your first person entering the championship match for the heavyweight championship will be Bravs. Go ahead and donate some stuff here. Show Rising a little bit of how it's done. I did get word that Rising has a 90-minute-old request for some hogs currently. So, yeah. So glad I'm out of that picture because I'd be losing my fucking mind. All right, so moving on to our second matchup. Our second matchup featured, it was probably everyone's most pumped up matchup that they were looking forward to. It was Son of Jay going up against his bromance partner, Todd. Bromance because they are always chatting each other up in the voice chat. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and watch Son of Jay here going in on their number 7. As you can see by the timer at the bottom, a full 3-minute attack. So let's go ahead and see kind of how he gets it done here. Son of Jay already with a level 40 queen. He's going to be bringing an AQ walk Valoon here. So a very interesting choice for an attack. Early expos on AQ walks are super, super annoying, but boom, as you can see there, gets out of range pretty quick. Must be set to air and ground. I'm pretty sure those ones in Damascus attack must have been set to ground because it just seemed like they reached like 700 tiles away. Rage Bug goes down to keep his AQ alive. She's going to burn through most of this, and she's now entering kind of a safe area here for a little while. Nothing really focused in on her. And then when she does kind of come into this pocket over here, which he's already opened up, it's going to be an Expo and a Cannon again, and he's already kind of dealt with that. So he knows that he's going to need another Rage here or an ability pop. But I assume since he's going to be dealing with the Clan Castle, we might be seeing one of each here. So Poison Spell, not quite yet. Late on the Poison, unfortunately, and those minions do turn around and target his healers, which is devastating. So Son of Jay, usually kind of the Poison Master, kind of with his the way that he positions his poisons, doesn't quite get it technically perfect there. But is going to continue a very, very nice walk here. And so the walk does accomplish about 23%. And the Valkyries are going to kind of come in over here, kind of in this L-shaped compartment. Jump Spell is going to easily path them into the core here. So a very, very nice looking attack right now. Heal Spell goes down on those Valkyries. Single target Inferno on the backside. And so at this point, you got to be thinking he's got a chance for 3. Unfortunately, if there was a reason why that didn't happen, Tesla popped over here. His AQ died. Kind of with this, I guess this cannon and this archer tower over here. He had already been down his ability. And there come the loons there on the backside. Unfortunately, there is still an air defense up that's going to start picking those off. You have to wonder if 9 to 11 hogs would have been better than 9 to 11 balloons, just because that air defense, like I said, going off there on those balloons, and not going to be a ton of value there gained from those balloons. And his attack is going to stall out right here at the very end. 1 compartment to go, 1 haste spell in the bag. And unfortunately, kind of this Valk's going to come around here, take a few more swings, and then he is going to go ahead and let this archer over here finish off her work. Goes ahead and drops a haste spell on her to see if she can get an extra point of damage or 2. Unfortunately, runs out of time and is going to finish his first attack with an 81% 2-star on the enemy 7. So the next attack was done by Todd, and we're going to go ahead and watch his first one. He was given base number 8 for his attack. And so a very common base that we've seen before, kind of Teslas on both sides of the Town Hall, but the Inferno Towers are still accessible by a jump spell. Goes ahead and drops 2 hogs there. Kind of the theme of this war, Clan Castle full of minions comes out here. Poison Spell goes down nice and early. But unfortunately, even under poison, those minions, man, they just chew through a level 40 queen, and he has to pop his ability there. He didn't have to pop the ability, but he popped it right at the very end because he thought he had to, and super unfortunate. He now basically has to do the rest of this AQ walk without his AQ's ability. So that unfortunately sucks. But a couple of giants are going to go down over here around 3 o'clock, and so I believe we're going to be seeing a little bit of a split hero action here. With his queen kind of taking care of the left side of the base, and then his king and his Valks kind of taking care of the right. So here come the rest of the Valkyries right here, and if I remember correctly, this is the attack where unfortunately there was a nope, thinking of a different attack. So the Valkyries here are going to kind of come. They're going to now beat through that lava wall there, but under a rage wheel they get through pretty quick. Heal and a jump go down to kind of connect them to the Town Hall compartment, but unfortunately, his Valkyries say, hey, fuck you, bro. We're going right, and unfortunately, that's going to spell doom for this attack. That enemy Archer Queen, I believe, kind of pulled everything over to the right. Nothing kind of went through that Town Hall Tesla protected core. And normally a Town Hall Tesla protected core is easy to munch through, but when you only have 1 or 2 troops in there, it's a lot harder to try and get through the damage that you need. Desperate Free Spell goes down on that backside Inferno and Expo, and unfortunately, Todd's attack is going to end here. We're going to kind of fast forward this part just to kind of see what he ends up with. Todd is going to end up with a 1-star for sure. So he's not going to grab that Town Hall. A couple of desperation wizards go in there to try and nab the Town Hall, but it doesn't quite work. So Todd finishes with a 56% 1-star, and that was the door that Son of Jay needed to potentially close this bad boy. So we're going to go ahead and watch Son of Jay's second hit, which was also on the same base that Todd just hit. He was given the cleanup for this base. So basically the scenario was this. If it was a 3-star, it was 100% over. If it was a 2-star, Todd would have to 3-star to win. And if Son of Jay got a high percentage 1-star, because Todd's percentage was so low, Todd would still probably have to 3-star in order to win. So Todd kind of had an uphill battle no matter what Son of Jay's result was of this attack. So go ahead and watch it here. A little bit of a different approach here by Son of Jay, who knows what is in the CC at this point. He's going to bring 3 Rage to heal. He's going to kind of do the same entry here as Todd did. Poison Spell goes down to go ahead and nail that CC. Rage Spell does go down on his Archer Queen to make sure that he does not have to pop the ability. So a much cleaner CC kill there by Son of Jay. He's going to go ahead and drop his King down over here, which does unfortunately mean he's not going to get a ton of value out of this level 34 King. So I did like the fact that Todd used kind of 2 Giants to kind of do most of the tanking over there first. Goes ahead and pops his BK's ability, but his BK is sitting at around half health right now. Rage Spell and a Heal Spell goes down on that compartment, but in a very similar fate to Todd's. Most of his troops are also going to be pulled to the right, and that Rage Spell there in the center sort of wasted, but a couple of Valks do go ahead and squeeze into that Town Hall compartment, but unfortunately, boom, as you can see right there, both competitors in this battle didn't necessarily account for the fact that the Archer Queen was going to pull all their, or a majority of their troops to the right. So like I said, 10 Valks under Rage will kind of chew through that core in less than 2 seconds, but 3 or 4 Valks under Rage, and then some of them kind of getting pulled over here to the right, not going to quite do it. So as you can see here, a super high percentage for Todd, or excuse me, for Son of Jay compared to Todd, but it is going to suffer the fate of a 1-star. But unfortunately for Todd, I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately, because I know that he was rooting for Son of Jay to some extent. MVP Wizard over there picking up a few extra percentage points. 86% for Son of Jay combined with his first attack is going to make it so that Todd must have a 3-star. A 99% 2-star would not give him the cumulative percentage that he needed. So let's go ahead and give Todd and show his final attack here to see if he can get it done. Needed to 3-star this base. It was the same base that Son of Jay hit, so they both kind of complemented one another. Both hit 7 and both hit 8. So kind of a completely fair matchup and much different than the Bravs versus the Mastiff fight. So Todd going to start with an AQ walk up here at 12, doing a very similar entry that Son of Jay did for his attack as well, building off the attack. Always great. Healer's there down on that AQ, but she like literally walked all the way down to sit in that corner so that the Expo locked onto her. It was very bizarre. But she is going to go ahead and grab the enemy Arch Queen, which is great. A couple of Hogs go in there, I assume, to grab the pull. Unfortunately, not going to quite get the full pull, so only 3 minions and a balloon pop out. So this was the attack that I was thinking of earlier when I was reviewing Todd's earlier attack. Earthquake goes down there in the center, which is always great. And so there you can see the Valkyries are going to start here at the bottom, but we're about to see the very painful effects of a partial CC pull. Most of the minions there come out there, and remember this attack must be a 3 in order for Todd to win. And when you've got 8 to 9 minions chewing away on your Valkyries, you were in a world of trouble. And Todd was in fact in a world of trouble here. Boom! There go all of his Valkyries. They're all dead. We've got a level 31 King in here, and Todd at this point. Just trying to get paid, just trying to get that last 3%, because he ain't doing shit for this Fight Night War, unfortunately. Boom, there goes the 1-star, so he's at least going to get paid, and he's going to try and get as much percentage as humanly possible, just because, why not? A couple of Hogs coming in there around 7 o'clock, and they're going to go straight through that core, all the way to the other side. under a heal spell. And so Todd is going to nail the 2-star, but unfortunately his bid for Fight Night Glory will end there. So with all of that being said, the Town Hall 10 matchups were both decided without the need for judges. So in 2 weeks at TGF2, we are going to see Bravs face off against Son of J. So thank you to all the Fight Night competitors. We definitely learned a few things about our Fight Nights going forward. The first thing being that 6 people, so 24 attacks on one war is far too many to have. So we're going to reduce that to 3 matchups, which is only 12 hits for all the competitors. So that's our plan kind of going forward. And then your judge team going forward will also be myself, Lucifer Law, and Pico as well. I feel that's a pretty good 3-man judge team. We do have Dwyer, who has applied to be a judge as well. So as soon as we get one more person that applies to have that level of interest, we might have a 5-person judge panel as well. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating in the Fight Night. Good war here, 66-63, and I will catch you guys next time.